Yeah, I would just say one thing, just so you don't, so people don't get confused, or because there's a lack of nuance in a lot of people's minds that be
Excuse me.
watching this about history in China and Canada. The one thing I would just say is nuance to be wary of is, well, first of all, Justin Trudeau and his handlers despise China completely. They despise China, but they like the controls. So when you heard Justin Trudeau come out famously saying in 2015, I
Mm.
really admire the authoritarian nature of the Communist Party of China. They can get things done. What he was talking about was specifically the centralized controls that allow for the bypassing of bureaucracy to do things. He likes that because, of course, he's an authoritarian personality type, as we all know. And his
Yeah.
handlers really would like to just cut through all of the, the peskiness of commoners trying to like not willfully not die when they should be,
Mm.
eating bugs and dying.
Well, but,
And
look at the trucker convoy treatment. You know, that was a perfect example
freezing
of
bank
the.
accounts and complete
Mm.
just total authoritarian crackdown, illegal as sin. So yeah, they like that. I would say the thing that they despise, like the Canadian government or the thing controlling the Canadian government, let's just say that, has gone on total war rampage against China on everything that China is doing with that centralized power, because it's all about what power is a power. It's kind of like a neutral thing, right? I got a power to take this thing and smash the head of my neighbor. It's a power because it's just a potential to do action.
Mm.
Now I could equally use this well and talk to you and have a nice conversation. So if you're run by a death cult, you want to use centralized power to advance the ambitions and the goals of a death cult, the value system of a death cult, which is sort of what our problem is right now. If you look at why is it that Canada has like sanctioned China, has like forced Chinese companies to divest, kick them out of Canada, has like blocked Chinese investors who wanted to buy up, defunct Canadian construction companies to build infrastructure. The reason why they did that is because they don't like what China is doing with their power, which is to use it in such a manner as we see with the $4 trillion worth of Belt and Road Initiative projects to build, high speed rail, water systems, healthcare systems, education systems, like all of the stuff that they're using with it is generally tied to overcoming limits to growth. So they're doing things that we used to do in terms of emitting large scale credit through national banks for 15, 20, 30-year projects that are really bearing quite a bit of good fruit. And you could see it by the fact that they're middle, what do you call it? Not middle income. They're medium
Class.
income,
Class. Yeah,
huh?
the middle class.
Middle class. That's the
Yeah.
word. Yeah, yeah. Middle. I do translations strangely in my head, even though I'm English. But their middle class went from 3% of the population in 2001 to becoming 53% of their population today.
Mm.
Right? Just look at the rate of change of that. The average life expectancy, the powers of productivity of labor, all of these things have increased. The creation of abundance, the destruction of scarcity by the activation of new discoveries and inventions in the productive processes. All of these things are antithetical to the death cult that wants to, just to say, like, it, just so that people don't fall into, because there's this new trap right now it's a full spectrum assault on psyops right now, on the psychology of Westerners that are really been profiled and targeted and are being given, again, full spectrum narrative reframing to try to um, weaponize us to not see, on the one hand, the Anglo-Venetian control mechanism actually behind all of our problems: transhumanism, world government, depopulation, election interference, pandemic abuses, other things. That's all being deflected away by a new reframing of information to make China seem like the super villain bad guy cause of all of our problems, and not see anything that is actually being done by the leadership of China, which is doing battle right now with the oligarchy that wants to basically kill us as well as China and Russia at the same time. So I just want to make that clear. So when Kissinger, George Soros, or Justin Trudeau say good things, nice things about China, they literally just mean social credit,
Yeah.
central government, the ability to just do things that are do things. That's what they like. They don't like any of the things that are being done though on the level of economic development.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose I meant the distinction of he likes the Communist Party in the sense of like you're saying, he likes the authoritarian side of things to get things done, so to speak. But yeah,
Yeah.
but like you said, I just look at China. They're not going along with the Green Deal. They're investing in power stations and they're building up
Coal,
infrastructure.
natural gas, oil, they're using it all, bring it
They,
all, and
they got rid of their one
yeah,
child
they're not
policy.
using mRNA. Yeah,
Uh,
and they got rid of their two-child policy, and they were going to get rid of the three-child policy soon to lift it up.
Meanwhile,
And also, they haven't let mRNA gene therapies into their country. You can't get an mRNA gene therapy.
uh-huh.
Only old school conventional types.